So we've tried the digital nomad lifestyle during the past 12 months and gonna reveal all the worst and the best moments as you keep watching this video. And if you're wondering what could happen if you commit yourself to this lifestyle and what that would look like if you go all in, here is how we did it.
So the best part when you're a digital nomad is obviously that you get to know the world. In the last year, I was in 8 different countries, had beautiful experiences. I was 2 times in Japan and was petting deers, feeding them, and saw beautiful places. And I don't know about you, Manu, but this gives a lot of freedom and you can choose where you want to go.
Absolutely. For me, it were around 12 different countries, like you said, like multiple times back and forth between some of them. And I had quite a lot of business stuff going on at the same time, but still being able to go back into the sun or whatever you like. For me, it is the sun. That was just amazing. And just having that freedom to choose where you want to live, where you want to work, and where you want to be is amazing.
So what I like to do is when I travel to these different countries, I don't go for a certain vacation or so just to enjoy it. I have this thing where I do a workation. That means that I work in the mornings. I wake up at 8 or 9. I work till 1. And only if I finished work, then I can enjoy the day over there. Because I noticed a lot of people, when they become digital nomads, they just go straight for this nice activities all day long. And then suddenly their income drops.
And if you're coming from a Western country like US or anywhere in Europe, and depending on the time of the year you're leaving, for me it was winter, one of the first things that you notice is the sun. Like it's different climate, especially if you live in the cold months and you have more sunny days, you have less rain. And since you usually have a higher vitamin D level in these areas, because you're just more exposed to sun, you're gonna feel happier by default, especially in the beginning. And so this is one of the first things that happened to me. I think same for you, Sam. And so like it's just beautiful to just be able to hop in a plane and go somewhere and having such an increasement in happiness with such an easy life.
It's about the things that you don't do or don't have to do anymore. For example, you don't have to do the commute to work in the cold each and every day. You don't have to wake up to an alarm and being completely tired. You don't have to work for someone that you're making rich other than working for yourself. And with being a digital nomad and working for yourself, you can have so many benefits, and that's what we enjoy already. And for me, once I started this lifestyle, I got more peace of mind. And by that, I mean, for example, I'm from Germany. We have lots of regulations. Everybody tries to take advantage of you. And it starts with small things. When you go down to your mailbox, for example, there could be different things. In Germany, we have subscriptions that we have to pay, for example, even though we didn't sign up for them. It's crazy. It's really crazy over there. And once you embark on this journey, you just design your entire life how you want it. So my stress levels, they significantly reduced.
Yeah, for example, a letter in your inbox that just screws up your whole mood and day.
Everything is by email now, and only people that I sign up for or have real contact with, only them can send me an email. And this is the way I like to do business, you know. That gives you a lot of peace of mind.
And so the next one is quite a funny one. I visited Sam last year and we just started talking about international investing, and there's a few points coming in a moment. But for this specific one, I had this goal on my vision board or my vision list and goal list for quite a while. And that was to own multiple homes in different spots all around the globe, so I can switch between them. And Sam and I were just talking about it, and he's like, oh yeah, let's have a look at this one. And we are like checking it out. And
yeah, and I already bought an apartment here in Panama. We went on this trip and I was like, yeah, I already got some. Maybe we find something cool for you too as well. You know?
Yes, absolutely. And then I was like, oh my God, this is such an amazing project. It's like good location, good price. And unfortunately, the ocean view was gone. I was like, oh no, like leave me alone. Like I was thinking and doing math, but eventually I'm like, okay, like if I want this, I want it in a nice place. And then fast forward a few months, I was like in Vietnam, 3 a.m. at night, my phone rang, the agent was on it, and they're like, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to release an ocean front. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Everybody's excited. And they're like 10 minutes later, they're calling me again like it's released, and I put and swipe my credit card for the reservation payment, and I just bought my first international real estate ocean view beautiful thing. It's not finished yet, but I'm super excited, looking forward to that thing. So that is stuff that only happens if you go out and see the world.
Yeah, and I don't feel bad about that I showed you this opportunity.
No, it's amazing.
So now you have nice ocean view, you can rent it on Airbnb. Beautiful. The next thing that changed beautifully for us was is that we have an established network of international entrepreneurs. Everywhere that we go, we know some people, some more successful than others, and we can learn from all of them. For example, if we have a question now in certain business topics, business setups or taxes or you name it, right? We can just ask our network to help us with those kind of problems. And this is a beautiful scenario. You want to have a network where you're not only just talking, but where you can collaborate and elevate yourself to get to a higher level. And there's this saying, your network is your net worth. And this is totally true in this case.
And then of course, not everything was just business related stuff. We also had some time to have fun and go on adventure trips, and some were really crazy. Like once we ended up on some random sandy little island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, and there was no electricity. It was really, you could relax a lot, but
we didn't even have a card game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We had literally nothing. We just had to relax and had some time to reflect and talk. Other times we went into like pulsing cities like Miami, rented some exotic car, drove around, had fun, motorbike trips in Southeast Asia, and yeah, just a lot of crazy things that you couldn't do at home even if you wanted to. And so that is also like a nice little side effect from all of this 12 months going digital nomad.
And then we've built the biggest digital nomad summit in the entire world. We collaborated with so many experts and asked them how would they start their own journey as a digital nomad, make money from anywhere in the world, and enjoy the life to the fullest. And this project, it opened so many doors for us. We got to know so many people, entrepreneurs, digital nomads, travel hackers, advisors, and this is all about the connection, learning from people who've been there, done that, and walked the path in front of you. So we became really the go-to experts through this event in terms of being a digital nomad. And this is something that we can say that we're proud of. At least I'm very proud of that fact that we have the biggest ongoing project here in the digital nomad space.
Totally agree on that one, because it's finally been a project where we could have harvested all those international seeds and connections we've built over the past couple of years and finally bring it together in a project where everybody could make an impact. And it's not just like very specific for something, because on the journey of becoming a digital nomad, you have to cover so many things. And that's what we brought together in this project. And by the way, if you're interested in that project, we have a link for you in the description to check that out, and you can have a closer look at what's going on with that. And yeah, of course, when we have this time to work and focus and really do some good business stuff, you also get acknowledged for that. And so I just have a box over there that arrived last week with another of those 2 Comma Club awards, which means a project that has achieved $1 million in revenue. And I'm super happy. I don't want to brag. I just want to show you what's possible if you put in the work, if you focus on something for a longer period of time and just crush it, right? It's really, really cool.
And that gets me to something that is really important. When you're on the road, when you're a digital nomad, you don't have all of these distractions. Like when you're at home in your home country, you have friends from so many years, 20 years, 30 years, even 40 years, depending on how old you are, that are constantly bombarding you with distractions. I mean, it's not a bad thing to have friends, but anyways, but when you are a digital nomad and you're traveling to a new destination, you don't have this network at first, right? You're in a new place, you can focus for, like I said, 4, 5, 6, 8 hours in the morning, work on your things, not on someone else's things. And then after that, you can go and have fun and everything, but you're not bombarded with distractions. You can choose to have this focus in a way that nobody can interrupt you, because nobody's there that could interrupt you in that moment. Nobody's gonna knock at your door, maybe except for the cleaner or something in your hotel room or in your Airbnb. So that way, when you're actually becoming a digital nomad, you have way more time to focus, learn, absorb things, and implement the things that you learned already. And for us, it changed everything.
And so when we're talking about the focus and the results and essentially what's necessary to make that switch and live the digital nomad lifestyle, one of the core shifts for me was like setting up everything remotely, right? And so if you ask me like what was one of the main drivers, is like switching everything from a office, even if it's home office, to really just be flexible all around the globe, doesn't matter the time zones and so on. And a big focus for that in the last year was the nomadic closing, to master that, to set up templates, to hiring the right team, to get that all going on a remote base, 100% location independent.
And this is really the skill that you need to cultivate in order to get this high income, even when you're remote, without relying on anything else. Because if you have the skill down, nobody can take that away from you. And it's a high income skill. That means if you're closing for someone who has a product that is 5K and you get 10% commission with a single call, you can have $500 $200 there. And if you want to get to 10K, 15K, you can do the math on how much that is. And for example, if you have your own program already, learn the closing skill, charge 5K or more for that. And another thing that really changed a lot, especially for Manu right now, because I'm already a couple years into that journey of being tax-free, we optimized a lot of things for him as well. And if you want to see exactly what we did, how we did it, in order so we can optimize the taxes for a global lifestyle efficiently as possible, you can watch that video right here.